Hi, Barry from Kerfton. I took the kids camping a little while back and decided to take a video of the pack-up process of the Kerfton camper trailer. So this is a real-life pack-up. The video is taken in a single take. There's only a few audio edits with this voiceover that I'm doing, I suppose, and maybe I'll add in a couple of pictures along the way. So here you can see I'm packing up the bench seat. This gets folded up and stored under the main bed inside the camper trailer, accessible either while the camper trailer is set up like it is or immediately on opening the tailgate. So this video is not done in any particular hurry, so it's pretty representative of a typical use situation. The whole video is 18 minutes long, with perhaps half of it being the packing up and folding up, I suppose, of the awning on the outside. We camped in this spot for about 2 nights, myself and 2 kids. My wife stayed home on this occasion. We arrived Friday sort of afternoon and left on sort of Sunday early afternoon when this video was taken. Unfortunately, it rained all of Friday and on and off all of Saturday, only really clearing up on Sunday morning. Hence, I put the awning up to allow me to cook, and in fact we mostly ate on the inside of the camper trailer because of the rain. In spite of this, we still had a fantastic time with myself and the 2 boys. So here you can see the awnings coming down. I've just undone the poles. And we'll fold those up. The awning attaches to the back of the camper trailer with a zip, so it simply zips on from one side to the other. So I'm unzipping the awning here. You can reach it from part of it from the sides, and then the middle section from on top of the steps allows you plenty of height to zip it across the whole roof. And in this case, I'm trying to avoid dropping the awning on the ground so I don't have to remove all the dirt and leaves that it might pick up. I mostly sort of succeed in that process, but yeah, basically just fold that up and store the awning in the front of the camper trailer. This is quite a nice camp spot. It's in an area called Kerfton, which is on the western side of the Victorian High Country in Australia. It's about a 3-hour drive from Melbourne. There's a whole lot of nice camping spots in this area, which is along a valley, and through that valley runs Donnelly's Creek. In fact, the creek is just off to the left of the scene that you can see in the video. It's big enough to have some nice little swimming holes and for the kids to play in. And in this case, it's close enough to camp that I can actually hear what's going on in the water while I'm packing up the camper trailer. This particular camping area is quite large. And has some facilities like a fire pit that you can see in the video, as well as a couple of drop toilets. The area is quite big. You could probably fit 20 or more different separate camps in this area, but it was relatively quiet on this weekend, probably because of the amount of rain that we got. This is all free camping. You just turn up and pick a nice spot, bring everything that you need to camp, and of course take away all your rubbish at the end of the day. So here, as you said, I'm just folding up that awning, and we'll pop that away in the front storage compartment. So, I'm pulling the tent pegs out of the ground here, obviously, and have faced away from the camera to show you how the job is done. Perhaps not the best position, but luckily that the tent pegs came out fairly easily. The poles for the awning all get stored in the front storage compartment. There's a little storage rack for the poles. I'm just adjusting them to the same height so that when they go into that rack they can't float around and slide backwards and forwards. As I said, that's accessible from the front storage compartment on the left hand side. This general area is actually got quite a lot of history. It was previously a bit of a mining area, and there are still some interesting relics to see in the area, like the Morning Star water wheel is one of those. Just about to go inside the camper trailer to start dropping the main tent. First I pull out the spreader bars, 2 of the 3 spreader bars in the main section of the roof. That's the right hand one there, and gets stored in a canvas bag on the bed. Then I take the left hand one out, and again that goes in a canvas bag. I leave that central one in there for last. I then take a couple of spreader bars out at the side. First on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, again these get stored on the main bed. Then I pull the 3 spreader bars out over the main bed. You can't quite see it in this image, but the canvas over the front bed will drop down and falls onto that main bed as I pull those 3 spreader bars out. Then I move the cushions from the seating area onto the floor. These can actually be stored on the bed instead, but having them on the floor gives you a little bit more room for bedding material on top of the bed. Then I have one last look around inside the camper trailer, make sure everything's okay, including making sure that the cupboards are closed and the cupboard locks are locked so that the cupboards can't fall open as we're driving around. On the outside we start by undoing some zips on the corners of the canvas. I usually do one loop around the trailer and get all 4 corners. So firstly the one on the back right, the one on the front right. And I move to the front and I undo a zip which is along the side of the main bed and start to fold the canvas on the main bed down neatly if it hasn't fallen down neatly by itself. I've moved to the left hand side now and I undo the zip on the left of the bed and again start to fold that canvas down. Soon you'll see the bed get pushed back. So there the bed gets slid about 3/4 of the way in, and then I neaten up some of the canvas and make sure it's not getting trapped anywhere. I've moved back to the right hand side and I tidy that up, and then push the bed all the way inside the camper trailer. Then finish my loop around the camper trailer by undoing the corner zip on the front left, and finally the corner zip on the rear left. Can then go inside for the last time and pull out the remaining spreader bars. No, not the one on the roof. We start with the one on the side. So we pull the left one out and that drops the left side down. Pull the one on the right, which drops the right side, lets that collapse down. And finally now we can take the one out on the roof. I drop the front poles first and let that collapse down flat, and then drop the rear over the top of it. And that long spreader bar goes inside a canvas bag again that sits on top of the bed. It's then just a matter of tidying up the canvas and making sure everything's nice and neat so I can fold the lids over. Don't turn around your own camera. I want to see your face. Behind you. Obviously my son's come to help, searching for something that he thinks he might have left inside the camper trailer, although I think I've already moved it or packed it up, put it somewhere else. What you doing? Hey. Let's pack up in the car. Hey, can you get out of bed? I'm just taking some leaves or bugs or maybe a caterpillar or something that had fallen on the roof off at this stage. You're on video. Pardon? You're on video. Yeah. Yes, there's a camera behind you. Oh. Oh, that's where it was. Once the canvas is folded fairly neatly, the lid can be lifted up and flipped over to close off that side of the camper. Have a good swim? Yeah.
You didn't swim.
Oh.
Dad.
Yeah?
Could you turn my computer off? It's on idle.
I turned it off correctly. I shut it down the way that you should be shutting it down.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Are you gonna go in a few minutes?
No.
Hey Dad, when you're done with your thing, can you come swimming?
Yeah, I will.
Yay. 'Cause I just got out whilst you weren't there.
Yeah, that's alright.
I want to save the fun for when you come.
I repeat the same process on the other lid, folding the canvas sort of neatly and then flipping over the lid. Once both lids are flipped over, I can make sure they all close properly and the canvas is trapped in the dust seal, and then close off the rear latch or fumble around a little bit and then close the rear latch.
Is there any charges in the car?
Then move around to the front and close another two latches that hold the front of those lids down.
Is the audio on?
Yes, the audio is on.
Oh, okay.
Then just tidy up the kitchen. Looks like I hadn't drained the water from the sink yet, so we can lift that out in its holder and get rid of the water. Then take my bag full of rubbish, which hangs off a little hook on the side of the camper trailer. Tie that off and put it away somewhere nice and safe so we can get rid of that when we're near a rubbish bin. Kitchen can then be slid into the back of the camper trailer. Followed by the fridge. There's no need to disconnect any gas or water hoses or electrical cables. They all take care of themselves as you put the kitchen and the fridge carrier away. Tailgate closed, latches closed with a little bit of a push. It's gone around the front to get the brace for the stabiliser legs and lift over those legs. You don't need to put the stabilisers down if you don't want, but it stops the camper trailer sort of rocking around, perhaps at night when you're sleeping if someone's tossing and turning. And in the case I haven't even disconnected the camper trailer from the car, so it's still attached to the car as well, making it a little bit faster to, I suppose, get away. Brace for the stabiliser legs is stored in the front storage compartment. Pretty much finished now. Decide to close up the rear of the car. But then come around and realise that I forgot the camping chairs. They can either go in the front of the camper trailer in the storage compartment or in the car. So hopefully this has been an interesting video for you. I think I'll do that. So that's about 18.5 minutes for a fairly casual pack up, including awning. Thanks very much for watching.